क्या बोल रहे हो? हेलो। हेलो हेलो।
So hello guys, welcome back to the stream. So what are we gonna do in this stream? Let me just check. Yeah, we're integrating power bar, and in our previous stream we decided what kind of bar we are gonna create. It was kind of like this. So I have designed a power bar and thought of a way to implement it, and in this stream we are gonna do exactly the same thing. So before moving on to this stream, I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about. I have this power bar, and basically what I am trying to implement is this is gonna be our default power bar when there's no power in it, and based on the power we are gonna pass this image as its fill, so it will give an effect of the colors filling in, but basically it's two different images not changing, but I don't know how to explain this. It's better if I show you guys how this is gonna work out. So first let's bring these two images in our project. Let's go to our assets, let's go to our materials, let's create a folder, name this as sprites. What the hell, what happened? uh, let's make this as sprite. Do I need this sprite editor window is not available because the tool is sprite package install? Click on the install tool, install the package to edit sprite in sprite window. I don't think we need to edit this anymore, because no, I think we need to edit this. If we slice, and this is perfect. How do I save this? Apply. Okay, this is gonna be our main. See, we got this cut version of this. If I bring it here, this looks good. Let's do the same for this as well. Now let's go to our player. Inside our batsman, this was supposed to be our fill image. Let's delete this. Inside our canvas, let's create an image. And inside of this, let's create another image, fill image. So this is gonna be our, let's log this, go to our materials, go to our sprites, pass this right here. Make this a simple, yeah, this is good. Okay, this is good. But for our fill image, what we should do is we need to pass our this image right here, make this as filled, and fill is gonna be from bottom. So basically fill amount, how do I see? I think I can see this right here, but it's not showing. I don't know what to see. If I see this, why is this thing not visible? I thought it was gonna be visible. This is gonna be simple, but if I change this, so I can't change the source image if it's child of this image. So I think I need to delete this. And for this, let's name this as B N W and create one more image, not inside, not as the child of this, but as the child of our main canvas, and name this as color fill. So for our color fill, so this is our BNW image, and for our color fill, wait a second, this should be our BNW image, and for our color fill, let's put it this way. What the hell? Why can't I use two images? Is this not possible? I thought it was possible. Do I need to create two separate canvas for this, or see? I think I should ask ChatGPT. Oh, I logged this. So I was changing this one every single time. What the hell? So I think I can make this a child of this. Okay, for this we have color 0. The inspector was logged, so I was only using the inspector of this first one. Even I was selecting this inspector was showing for this one, so I was confused. For our black and white, we need to keep this. No, this is for fill. For fill, we're gonna use this. For our black and white, we're gonna use this. What the hell? Why is hey? Why am I locking this again? For fill, we're gonna use this one. So let's align this perfectly. I think it is perfectly aligned. Now we are not gonna touch this one. We are only gonna use this one for our scale. We want this to be, wait a second, power bar on left side. Is it gonna look good on left side? We can change it anytime, but for now let's just make this working. Run it this much bigger. This is fine. So basically what we're gonna do is make this as filled from bottom. See, this is the radial. We don't want radial, we want vertical. So this is how it's gonna look. This is the thing that we're gonna change for this. We can even make this colorful. Make this a 0. I think this still looks way bigger. Let me check this in game so I get to know how this looks. What the hell, this looks way bigger. And I don't think this is a good spot for this. A smaller meter right here would look good, I guess. Let's right here and decrease it like this. Or should I make it horizontal like this? I got a lot of space in this area, but I really wanted to make this a vertical one. I don't know why, I think like vertical looks good. Hey, what is this? So let's see how this looks. See, this looks fine for now. Not really good, but fine. This works. I guess I'm just trying to make this work for now, so let's go along with this. Now what we need to implement is when we hold this, we need this thing to appear. So we want to wait a second. Final pair inside our final pair. We want this to increase as we hold this. What the hell? Why is this thing not working? Did I miss something? I'm not sure. Okay, so let's begin the implementation part for this. The visual thing is completed. We have the idea how this is gonna work. Now let's make this work. Faster, let's go to our scripts. Let's create this is gonna be for player. Let's create a folder here. Let's make its canvas. Let's create a script. Power meter UI. Okay, in this script we are gonna use this namespace to access the UI elements. First, let's give some headers. And let's also give we are gonna pass the value for the power through our player script. So let's get a reference for that. Player input script to be precise. And we are also gonna use this component for the fill. Let's make this as at the start we want our fill amount to be 0. No, I think we don't need to disable this. We can just use this fill amount at 0. So we have this fill amount. So basically fill amount is this. We are taking a reference of image and we are gonna work with this part of the image component which will let us to modify our effect like this. So in our update, player is gonna be handler dot it's gonna be player current charge divided by max strike power. So this is gonna be our target fill. Now to fill this smoothly, current fill and with target fill, and we're gonna multiply, we're gonna use time the delta time times smooth speed. We're gonna assign this fill amount with our current fill, and we're gonna show this image when the player has current charge greater than 0. So for this it is okay for us to disable this if we do not have any power, or like disable this uh, at the start. Now let's check if this works. Let's make UI power meter UI, and for the field image we provide this image. Smooth speed is 10, and for our player we provide our controller. Let's see if this works. See, it works, but it's really slow, and it's not resetting after we leave the power as well. After we reset our power, we want this to change, we want this to reset. So for this, let's go to our update. Why didn't this thing work? Current charge should be less, no? When we like stop holding the button, this should be true, I guess. This should be false, so this should have been false. Target fill should be, if I remove this part, this is just the ratio for, this is just to get it as 1 so that we can pass the value more accurately. That's what I think. I'm not sure about this, but as soon as we stop holding the button, we should immediately get this to 0. That's what I think it should be. So let's add an if statement. If player dot each charging if it's not charging, what we want to do is we want to make this field image dot field amount equals to 0. What do you guys think about this? Is this gonna work? This should work. See, but it's basically starting from here. I don't know why this is happening. I think we are not resetting this field, current field. We are not resetting the current field. So after we do this, we should make the current field to 0. What do you guys think about this? What the hell happened? See, now it worked. Should I make this 0 like not 0 in an instant but slowly decrease the power, or this looks good? I think according to me, this is how it should be. Let's get a proper value for this. For the speed, we want this to be 1. Why does this button not work whenever I go back to this? Okay, this is 1. So less is slower. Make this as 30. It still is way slower. No, this is not gonna work. This is getting way slower. We need to find a different way. Smoothing speed is not changing the speed for this. Oh, let's see what happens if we multiply this by 3. Hey, this is way faster. Let's make this by 2. Oh, no, we can't change this. 1.2. It looks so. This is not the way. I need to figure out some different way for this. Oh, we need to change this one. I think this is okay for now. It looks pretty smooth, and later we're gonna implement if we hit our gilly with with our power on this red bar, then we are gonna implement some kind of obstacle so that the gilly would fall into water or something, or it would just go outside of the play zone and the player would not get the point. So the optimal power the player can hit with will be up to here, 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 and here. For that, we are gonna introduce the power limit later. But for this part, I guess this works pretty good. Now we need to implement, after we reach this red part or the animation is over, we are gonna implement some kind of screen shake or something like that, which gives the visual representation of the player's power getting more than the required power, and he's gonna do some points, so players gonna know based on the animation or some kind of effect that we're gonna put. This looks pretty good. I'm fine with this. So our next task is also completed. Now we are left with three more tasks for today. One is creating a small camera effect on hit. Another is implementing the fielders and the batsman's players and the fielders and batsman's position swap after the turn changes, and after that we are also gonna try to get our player catch implemented quite good. So now I'm gonna show this to my friend and ask him how this is. My friend's not here, so I'm gonna show him some other time. So now let's implement a little bit of camera effect when the player hits the gilly for his final shot. Oh, we have a impulse listeners component for the cinema scene that we can use. Let's go to cinema scene camera and add cinema scene impulse listener. So for our inside of our player, inside of our batsman, let's create a cinema scene impulse source. And for the impulse definition, we are gonna use this as recoil. Let's try 0.2 amplitude. There's no any amplitude option for this. There's no frequency again either. Recoil. And let's create a script. Called player camera effects. Cinema scene impulse. Bus source is Let's go to our batter and let's add our script. Now let's go to our game manager. So when the final lift happens here, we wanna we are gonna apply this if the lift happens or the final hit is happened. So this is gonna be the perfect place to put this. We are gonna measure on straight away. Now the local camera through the game manager decides when the hit happened and tell only the batter's client to check the camera local ability of the breaking architecture. Let's create a method. Batter camera and variable and fx. But we don't have player object. Try get got a striker. Yeah, inside our player camera effects, let's get an RPC. So state authority and super input authority.
तुमको लग रहा था क्या?
हाँ तो ये दिखाना था, रुक आई गया तो सही है।
ओए, क्या कलर वाला ओपेसिटी से किया है क्या कुछ?
नहीं, ये एक इमेज है जिसका भाई कलर वो कम किया था। यहाँ पे हम लोग पास दो इमेज है, एक ही वाला एक ही वाला। तो ये रहता है, इसके अंदर ये है।
वो बढ़ने लग जाता है यहाँ पे।
बस इसका ये वैल्यू चेंज हो जाता है। इससे 1 पे फुल, उस पे वो होता है, तो बस ये।
तो हम लोग ऐसा कर सकते हैं क्या, जैसे वीडियो एडिटिंग में की फ्रेम होता है, 1 सेकेंड में इतना, फिर पॉज, फिर इतना, फिर पॉज, उससे ये इतना इतना कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं हम लोग, समझ गए?
समझ गया, लेकिन उसके लिए
टू मच वर्क है,
टू मच है,
वर्थ इट नहीं है लेकिन।
क्योंकि ये फाइनल भी नहीं है ना, ये चेंज भी तो करेंगे, फिर वो करेंगे तो इसी के अकॉर्डिंग
हाँ
होगा।
भाई।
मैं एक चीज चेक करने के लिए आया था। नहीं, कैमरा चेक नहीं हुआ ना, कैमरा चेक डाल रहा हूँ अभी। We didn't get we didn't get we didn't get this, so I guess this never ran. This should have. I guess we didn't find any of this. We got this, but we didn't get this, so this part is failing. If you comment this out, we won't get this. So instead of doing it in this way, I guess there's a better way. We can just introduce a variable here and make it true here, and if it is true, then we can directly use our sec. What do you guys think about that?